Hey guys, it's Dave Gast, and I'm sorry about the quality, picture-wise of my videos. They're getting light and dark. I don't know what's going on my phone, but I'll eventually get a new one. But the message I'm trying to send is more important. This time of year, this has happened to me a couple of times. Lending money to friends or coworkers. Uh, and I'm not trying to be big shot, elitist, money guy. None of that stuff. I'm just a regular guy who hasn't made a lot of bad financial decisions. So when this time of year comes around, there's a lot of people who struggle the whole year, years and years. That's their life, due to their living circumstance or their spending circumstance or habits. And when they know they get that tax return coming, they wanna they can't wait to get it. And I've fallen victim to having some lifelong friends and losing some lifelong friends, or having a problem with a coworker over being generous and trying to be nice about this. Now, what happens? They know they get that income tax coming. They call you a month or two early because Christmas just ended. They've credit cards or didn't pay their rent or car payment or whatever, and they're in a bad situation. And they look at you as, well, I know, Dave's doing all right, and he's my buddy, lifelong or years and years, and he'll help me out. So they call and they put you in a terrible scenario because, they hit you up and say, hey, Dave, I got, this much income tax coming back. I promise you the day that check comes in, I will be at your house with that money. Then the race is on, the chase is on. Then that's where the friendship falls apart. You become the bad guy for helping somebody out. I had one situation, a lifelong friend. I'm talking entire life. We meant a lot to each other through, God, right from little kids to adult years as great friends. If you saw one, you saw the other most likely. Then as we got older and our lives changed, our friendship kind of divided. Uh, I think more on his part, um, because me and my wife were doing well, and he was struggling, and it made things uncomfortable. I don't think we changed, but maybe he felt that way. So he had called me up. I believe it was a Sunday night, and my wife has known the same thing forever. And he says, Dave, I'm in a bind. This is how much I'm getting back on my taxes. I believe he said 2 to 3 weeks, and I need $3,000. My wife's car broke down. If she can't get to work and get our daughter to school, she's going to lose her job and blah, blah, blah. I said, let me talk to my wife, and we make decisions as a team, and I'll run it by her. Okay? So right now, it's the best I can do. I'll get right back to you. So I go talk to my wife. She's reluctant because what had happened in our lives is I grew up severely poor and had to make it on my own. And he grew up with his parents doing everything for him as an only child. So then when his parents got old and passed away, he had no life skills. Whereas me, from 13 years old, making my own way, I had street smarts and life skills. But anyways, I go to my wife, I tell her the situation. She didn't like it. She said, what's gonna happen if you don't pay back? It's gonna cause a problem. I said, no, he guaranteed it, and I this is the right thing to do. I've known this guy my whole life, him, blah blah blah. I have my wife write a check, and I drive to the city and hand him the $3,000 check. And I'm like, I did the right thing, I believe. 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No call, no text, no nothing. I know that money is gone. Give him a call, avoids me. Another call avoids me. Finally, I get him on the phone. I say, look, dude, what's up? He says, I don't have the money. We had to spend it. We had to catch up on our rent, this, that, and the other thing. He said, this is what killed me. It's not like you guys need it. Wow. Ruined a friendship right there of all those years. Imagine whether we needed it or not at that time. It's our money. And we did a good deed helping this person out, making sure his wife got to work, got the kid to school. But now it was, hey, it's not like you need the money. I have no way to pay you back, and that's that. Didn't offer any kind of payment plan, nothing. I had to call his mother, and she was like, Dave, why did you do that? You know, he owes me a ton of money, but she took care of the debt. Believe it or not, and he never talked about it again, never called me again after his mother settled up with me. And she said, you did a good thing, Dave, but don't do it again. Okay. Now, I believe it was 2 or 3 months later, the same person had the nerve to call me and ask me for $5,800 because he wanted to send his wife to cosmetology school or something like that, and made it sound like it was my problem. And I said, look, if you would have paid me back the $3,000 right from the start, we might have a conversation. There's no conversation here. You got to be kidding me. You have no way to pay me back. I'm not going to go to your mother again. And it is what it is. And I don't believe we ever spoke again after that. I'm talking a lifetime of friendship. Uh, then there was a guy I worked with, similar situation. It wasn't that amount of money, and it came to the same thing again. And I heard him say this about somebody else who had lent him a lot of money. Same thing. Try to be a good guy. It's not like you need it. They forget the good deed you did. So be careful of those situations. If you're going to lend money and you have a good feel, and these people have a history of always being behind and always needing money, need money, you know what I mean. So that type of situation, life or death money situation. Unless you plan on not getting that money back, just don't look at it as a loan. Look at it as you did your friend a favor, you did your family member a favor, and you just chalk it up as a loss. Just my experience around tax season and those situations. Maybe it makes me a bad person, but those days are over. If somebody is going to need money from me that I love, I'm looking at it as I'm giving them the money. The odds of getting it back, slim to none, no matter how many promises are made. Because if they're always in that situation, what is going to get them out of that situation to be able to pay you back? But do what you want to do. But just my experience, my advice, Dave Gass out. Have a great day, guys. Stay warm.